Hello everyone, so today I am back with another mental health YouTube video for you guys, and today I'm going to be talking about something which is a lot more serious than any other mental health videos, because I think that it's not a side effect from it, because that's not really the words to use, but it's something that's very common to do if you do have a mental illness or mental illness problem, or you think you have mental illness problem. It's a really common thing to do, and it affects me as well, and it affects loads of people. I personally know quite a few people who have done it in the past or are still doing it now, and I'm one of them. And you guys obviously can tell from the title of this video, and you probably couldn't tell through what I'm saying that this video is going to be about self-harm. And I was really debating whether to film this video, because it is not a very it's not a topic what people want to talk about that much, because they're scared that they're going to upset people, or they're going to hurt people in a way where people shouldn't be hurt, or they're gonna say something what people are not gonna like, and it's gonna offend people. Which I know this video could probably offend people, but I'm not trying to do it to offend people. All I want to do by doing these mental health videos is to help people get help people speak out, even if it's just speaking in the comments about what it, say if you think you have a mental illness or you have one and you don't know who to talk to, even if you just speak in the comments. If it's nice comments, I'll reply to you guys, and I think I've replied to every comment obviously what's going on my YouTube videos, because I haven't, obviously my channel is not big, and that means I can reply to all of you. And even if my channel does get big, and I'm not going to say it is, even if it does, then I'll reply to most of you anyway on that day. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'm obviously on the Mind website like I always am, and I've got my laptop here, and I'm going to read what it says about self-harm, because I think this is a really good website to go on to find out information about any mental illness really. It's got loads on. So here it says, what is self-harm? Self-harm is when you hurt yourself as a way of dealing with very difficult feelings, old memories, or overwhelming situations and experiences. The ways you hurt yourself can be physical, such as cutting yourself. They can also be less obvious, such as putting yourself in risky situations or not looking after your own physical or emotional needs. Ways of self-harming can include cutting yourself, poisoning yourself, overeating or undereating, burning your skin, inserting objects into your body, hitting yourself or walls, overdosing, exercising excessively, or scratching and hair pulling. Now, there are not all of them, because you can self-harm in many different ways, but they are the most ones what people know about. But I mean, some of them you might not have known about. You probably didn't know that, well, I certainly didn't know that exercising excessively is self-harming. I just didn't know that, and when you come to think about it, there's a lot of ways people can do it, and you don't understand if you're at school, you don't know how many people are going through it in your class, and it's kind of sad to think that the person sitting next to you could be going through it, and you wouldn't know to help them because they'll be too scared to say that they admit it. They're too scared. And I know I'm kind of like that, and I'm kind of not. I hate people seeing my self-harm scars or new cuts and stuff like that, but I roll my sleeves up because we have blazers. I roll the sleeves up a bit, because I don't want people to think that I have anything to hide. So by doing that, it's basically me saying, well, yeah, I do it, but I don't want to feel ashamed. Even though deep inside, I do still feel ashamed. I don't want to think that I like have to hide it, if you get what I mean. I don't know if you would get that, but I do feel ashamed about it, but I just don't want it to be like I've got to hide it, because I just don't see the point in hiding it when it's part of you. And if you do it and you hide it, that's fine, but in my opinion, I feel ashamed about it, yeah, but I don't want to hide it because I don't want people thinking that I've got something to hide. I mean, I do hide it sometimes, but like most of the people who I know in my school know I do it now anyway, because obviously they've seen it or they've heard people like saying that I do it. And if they watch these videos and they didn't know much about me, they would know that I do it. So I'm just like, what have I got to hide? And I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, but I don't really know how to explain it. It also says, after self-harming, you might feel better or more able to cope for a while. However, self-harm can bring up very difficult feelings and could make you feel worse. And that is a thing what is absolutely true. After self-harming, all the time when I self-harm, after it, I feel good. I feel not really, really perfect, but I feel like I can control something if I self-harm. And I feel good for a bit. But then, say if I did it at night, and then I wake up the next morning, see the marks on my arms or my legs or wherever I did it, and I'm like, oh my God, people are going to find out. People are going to tell my family. They're going to be disappointed in me. They're going to be feeling guilty, but they're going to be feeling guilty that they've let me do it. And I always feel like this. And then you're probably thinking, well, Beth, then why do you do it? But the thing is, when you go to do it, you don't think about who is this going to affect. Obviously, it's not just going to affect you. It's probably going to affect you the most, but you don't think about if it's going to affect your parents. You don't think about if it's going to affect your friends, because all you can think about in your mind, well, I don't know if it's like to every one of you if you self-harm, but all I can think about in my mind when I want to self-harm is, I need to do it. I need to do it. And no matter how many different coping strategies they are, I try some of them, and all I think about is, I need to do it. I need to do it. I need to do it. And I'm not saying if you try coping strategies, it's not going to work, because it probably will work for all of you. I mean, sometimes they work for me, but most of the time they don't. Like, sometimes it depends how much you want to self-harm. And if you want self-harm really, really much, and you're determined that you're going to do it, that sounds like it's a goal, but if you really think, yeah, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. If you do something that distracts you, like if you, I don't know, do something that keeps your mind busy, you may forget that, or surround yourself with happy people, you may forget that, but you may not, and it's different for everyone. Right, it says, why do people harm themselves? There are no fixed rules about why people self-harm. For some people, it can be linked to specific experiences and by a way of dealing with something that is happening now or that happened in the past. For others, it is less clear. If you don't understand the reasons for your self-harm, it's important to remind yourself that it's okay, and you don't need to know this in order to ask for help. And I think that's a really good point there, because some people, they don't know why they do it. They've got in a cycle of doing it before they knew they was doing it, and now they can't stop, and they don't really know why they're doing it. And people often say, well, that's attention seeking. It's not, because if you get stuck in the cycle of doing it, it is very hard to get out of that cycle. That's why you should never start doing it in the first place. And I'm not gonna keep saying, oh, you should never do it, you should never do it, but you shouldn't, but I'm not saying that you should, but I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's really, really bad for you, you shouldn't do it, because that's going to make me sound like a hypocrite, so I'm not going to say anything more about that. It says, any difficult experience can cause someone to self-harm. Common causes include pressures at school or work, bullying, money worries, sexual, physical or emotional abuse, bereavement, confusion about your sexuality, breakdown of relationships, an illness or health problem, difficult feelings such as depression, anxiety, anger, of numbness, experienced as part of a mental health problem. So yeah, that is some main reasons, and that's why I really wanted to film this video now, because it affects loads of people. And I know that you don't, if you're a teenager like me who doesn't know anyone who does it, you lead a normal life, you don't particularly know anything about mental illness, you don't know anything about self-harm, but you don't really know about it. But the thing is, I think it's important for people to know about it. That's why I really want it to be talked about more in schools, but I am too scared to go up to people and talk about it, because obviously it affects me, and I'm not just going to go up to someone and think, oh yeah, talk about this, talk about that. That's why I talk about it in YouTube videos, because to me it's just me and the camera. It's like I'm just speaking to my phone. When I'm filming this, no one's watching, no one's listening to this, but in the back of my mind I can still think, oh yeah, people are going to see this because it might help people, and because it's going on YouTube. And I think it's a lot better for me to actually speak to a phone than to speak to a face. Say if there was a face, say if my phone was a face and they were asking me questions face to face about self-harm, and they wanted me to explain it how I have now, I don't think I'd be able to do that, because I'd get too insecure, because I would think I would say the wrong thing. But on my YouTube videos, I know I can say pretty much anything I want, and if people are going to hate on it, they can comment on the video and they can hate on it. But that, it will bother me, but it wouldn't bother me as much as if someone would say it to my face, because that would really, really upset me. So instead of, because I really want it to be talked about more in schools, but I know that's not necessarily something I can do. I can push it, because I'm not a teacher, I'm not an adult, I'm a student, I'm a kid, so I can't do that. But so I'm doing it through YouTube. So hopefully it will help. And like always, please like this video. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because I'd really love it if you could subscribe. And please, if you self-harm, or you know someone who self-harms, or you think someone is self-harming, don't just directly go up to them and ask them. If you're really, really worried about someone self-harming, if you're really, really concerned, go speak to an adult who you can trust, and say, look, I'm really concerned about this person. I don't know for sure if he or she is doing it, but she might or he might be doing it, and then they can start from there. But I don't think it's a very good idea to just go up to someone and start talking to them about, oh, do you self-harm, do you do that? That's not a good idea, because it can make the person feel very insecure and very on edge if they don't know what to say. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, because it's nearly 15 minutes time up and I don't want to go over 15 minutes. So make sure to like this video if you liked seeing my face in videos and you liked me doing videos. Comment down below of any coping strategies you can think of for self-harm, and subscribe to me if you're not subscribed to me already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!